EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the New York Jets and the Denver Broncos. And off we go from Denver. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Get it! Check, Bobcat, check, Bob.
On first down, they'll start out with Akers. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. This defense for the Jets, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4.
Go! Trap 50, trap 50.
They'll look to throw here. He'll dump this off to Akers. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. 3rd and 7 now. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete, and they're going to get this up to midfield. The Broncos had 6 and 7, a game under 500 on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And they get him down about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 3rd down pickup of 5. They'll look to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. They'll start with the option. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Going to throw on third down with Herbert. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one for 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that fourth down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so. But maybe because they held him, they might go for it again.
Hey, check that. Street.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Out to his left. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him.
The Jets pressure too much as down he goes. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on fourth down. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Jets will take over. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. What a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here first and 10. And this throw will be intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
We're scoreless after 1. 2nd and 8. Back to throw here, Herbert. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. On 1st and 10, Herbert. That's complete to Arcega-Whiteside. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Down right around the 25. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Got a man, it's Mims. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that's a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down. You're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jets post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back. So we will start here at the 25.
Let's go now.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. For this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
2nd and 9 now. They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make...
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Jets are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. After the turnover, here's Herbert. That's going to be caught. Arcega-Whiteside. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
He only gave them an instant to react. It was a classic case of if you blink, you missed him. Off of the line and to the quarterback in just a couple of seconds. Running back only had a moment to react and attempt to throw a block. Throwing on 2nd and long. Herbert. This will be caught. It's Arcega-Whiteside.
Down inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Two minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there. His 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets go up by 2 touchdowns. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this pass.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Herbert on 1st down now. That's caught right side by Mims. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
2nd and goal from the 1. Play action. It's Herbert. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Justin Herbert taking it in from a yard out. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And oh, it's no good on the PAT. So they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now. They're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
18, Pioneer!
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. This will be caught. Judy. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. And he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. Charles, they are putting on a show right now. I mean, with that fumble return for the touchdown, you think about the size of this advantage. Heck, it's a 4-score game right now, and we're still in the first half.
And that has to be the highlight, Brandon, with how infrequently we see fumbles return to the house. But if you are inclined to pick this as the game signature play so far, you do have no shortage of alternatives to select from. This has been nothing short of a clinic. And as noted, we still have a half a ball to play.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
Here we go, set. Come 19, come 19. Cougar 19. 19 Lions.
He'll drop to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
54 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Herbert off of play action. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case,
now a loose football. The ball comes out. It's picked up by the Broncos. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake in the ball and not get free.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
On 2nd and 11 now. Herbert out left and hauled in by Arcega-Whiteside. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Herbert. And he'll just get rid of it.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And this is going to be no good. He misses it off to the left. That's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance. So it's a letdown there. They get the ball in tremendous position following the turnover, but they come away empty-handed.
Oh, man, you hate to waste field position like that. Your defense did you the favor of getting you the ball on this side of the 50, but neither the offense nor the kicking team could capitalize.
Ready.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game. And really, they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has now allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. That's out to the flat for Akers. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. And it's a fumble. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
Now Herbert following the turnover. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now it's Herbert. Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a second down here. Hands it off out of the gun. And some room to maneuver. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 75 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there. 34 yards. And the Jets will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes this 35-0 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
The offense on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for this with Akers. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Mustang 19.
He'll look to throw. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Here we go, set.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
60 bucks, 60 bucks, go.
Looking to throw. He'll dump this off to Akers. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll look to throw again. Akers back-to-back catches. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker. 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here we go, here we go.
They'll go with the keeper. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run a draw now with Akers. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd and 3. Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Let's go now.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Olave holds it in. And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. First down in the red zone. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
Here's a run with Akers on second down. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this third down. They'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw here. And it's caught. He'll get only 2 there, and it's second and goal.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. They'll look to run with Akers. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
60 Maverick.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out. So it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg. And they're at least trying to finish out strong.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
On the
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 101 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded,